the Summer Jazz Series is back this year in Ypsilanti. Friday nights for the rest of the summer, you can actually come out and listen to some great live music. And joining us now is the one and only Johnny Lawrence. It's good to see you, Johnny. Thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, this is your baby. This is your project. You said, hey, we got to have a jazz fest that celebrates the great, rich culture of this community. How many years has it been going on, and why is this so important to you?
Right. This is our third year, and it's important to me because during COVID, we were all, couldn't go out. We had the restrictions. And in our first year we did it, they had just lifted it a week prior. And so we started it, and I figured people needed some place to go and to get used to being around people again.
Yeah.
And what I noticed is that it's almost like a big family, all class, all school reunion, and the people are just happy to be there. All ages, and it's just a great time.
We're looking at these pictures right now of some of these musicians. This Summer Jazz Series is every single week, all the way through September. This is something that this community here in Detroit, we get to celebrate because Michigan, Motown, Detroit, we have a history with jazz, don't we?
That's right. And jazz is the foundation, for a lot of different styles of music, and the improvisational aspect of it all, the educational aspect. I'm also a retired college professor, so I taught at Washington Community College for 36 years, and all of our students, we try to get them to understand that it's not just a hobby, but it's a business, and to look at the business aspect, and that's one of the things we're trying to do. I treat the Jazz Festival as if this is the way I would like to be treated. So we treat all of our guests, all of our performers like they're royalty. And we have a house there. We feed them. We have a place for them to relax before the show, and it's just a great time. And all of our artists want to come back.
Because jazz is not just plucking a couple strings and playing a horn. This is really kind of a culture, a way of life, a way of feeling. And I think that when you look at this community and the soul and the beauty of music that runs through our veins, this is a great way to celebrate. Now, this is separate from the Detroit Jazz Fest that we have every year. Keep that in mind. This is leading up to that, and this is a great way to get people pumped up.
That's right. And I think one of the differences is we're doing smooth jazz, which is kind of like a cross between R&B and jazz.
Yeah.
And so you get the mixture of both styles. And what I like about it is we've had some of the groundbreaking artists like Jeff Lorber come to our jazz series, and he helped lay the foundation for this style of music. And
Alexander Zonchak is one. He's like kind of like one of the signature smooth jazz guys, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's really cool.
And we're cross promoting. He's promoting mine. I'm promoting his at mine. There's no competition. There's room for everybody. There's room. Everybody loves jazz, and there's room for all of the different jazz festivals around town.
What a great attitude. That kind of attitude of abundance only makes room for more people to enjoy the great music that we're going to be playing. Again, it's starting at Ford Lake Park, right?
That's right.
Coming up starting this Friday.
It started last Friday.
Last Friday, but it's happening this Friday as well.
That's right. We had Jazz Funk Soul last Friday. This week it's going to be Linda Roundtree. Then we have Norman Brown the week after.
That's great.
And the week after that, I think we have Alexander Zonchak.
All right. Coming up, speaking of him.
That's right.
Listen, it's really good to see you. I want to congratulate you on your efforts to make this part of our cultural fabric here. Great to see you, Johnny Lawrence.
Thank you.
What an honor and a pleasure. Johnny Lawrence, every week, Friday, Ford Lake Park. Good to see you, Johnny.